So the other day I was talking to my buddy Chad, and y'all know Chad, right? We've talked about Chad a lot. He's the one with the really fucked up website. If you don't know that, go back and check out that video. And we went out to have lunch. We were talking. We went to our favorite burger joint around the corner. And as he was ordering, he turned to me and said, "Prices are really going up, man. They're like shooting through the roof." He's like, I don't understand it. And he started fussing and fighting and complaining. I mean, he didn't make a scene or anything. He just was kind of frustrated that his burger went up probably by I think it was like 50 cents or $1, something like that. Chad can afford it. Now, Chad's the kind of guy that's not going to let something go once he's got it, stuck in his craw, and he's going to bitch and moan. And he did for a very long time about it. And I can't disagree with him. I mean, prices are going up. I mean, there's no arguing with that, right? Like, we all have felt it. We've all seen it. We've all been a victim of it. But much like a transformer, it's more than meets the eye. It's not as simple as just saying prices are going up. Damn it, what's going on? There's a lot of nuance to it. There's a lot of subtlety. There are a lot of cogs in the machine that are dealing with things. So I thought today, let's talk about inflation and prices going up, and see if there's anything we can do to fix it. I don't think there is, but hey, at least talking about it is the first step. There's a lot to unpack here as usual, a lot to discuss. We'll get into it after the opener. See you on the other side. Bye. Welcome back. I'm E.H. Howard, and this is the Small Business Show. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate that you have taken some time out of your day to spend with me. I know that time is valuable these days, and I appreciate every minute that people spend with me. Before we get into Chad and his many issues, I just want to clarify what I mean when I say small business, because I'm very specific about who I'm talking about, who I want to help, and who is perfect and ideal for me. And for me, I'm talking about those typical Main Street small businesses, small mom and pop places, maybe no more than 10 employees at that most. It's probably mom, pop, and the kids. The kind that used to be on Main Street. Home businesses, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, contractors, consultants, anybody that is trying to run a business on their own with limited help, or in some cases, no help. So that's what I mean by specific. I know that small business can clarify up to larger businesses that have multiple chain. We're not talking about that. We're talking about these very small Main Street kind of businesses. All right. So now we're all clear on that. We all know what I'm talking about. When I say small business, we know what I mean. But let's get back to Chad. And, it is really on brand for him to kind of just bitch and moan, and he likes to be the center of attention. So it's perfecto for him. And as I was saying, he was a little pissed that the price of his favorite burger went up. And, it went up, but it's not that much. And honestly, let's be honest, this is going to happen. It's a fact of life. Prices are going to go up, all right? Small businesses need to raise prices. Now, the problem is, with the pandemic, everybody froze. They didn't raise their prices because they took a choice and said, I want to keep having business. I'm going to take a cut so that I can stay afloat. All right. Now, the problem is small businesses, unlike big businesses, cannot weather the storm. All right. They cannot survive what's coming at them. And as always, it comes back to big business, right? Contrary to logic and reason, big business will raise their prices faster than you can look at them. You give them a side eye, and suddenly the price is up another $5. All right, they are raising prices at an exponential rate. It's just insane. Small businesses, on the other hand, because they have such a deep, personal, intimate relationship with their consumers, we see you every time you come into the business. We have to work with you. We have to face you. We have to interface with you. That means that we understand your position, we understand what's going on, and we don't want to be another problem in your life. So small businesses wait until absolutely the last moment to raise prices. They wait till there's a point where it's a serious pain point for them, and then suddenly they're like, all right, I gotta raise prices. And there's a lot of hand wringing, there's a lot of anxiety and thought that goes into those discussions on how to raise prices, why to raise prices, etc., etc. Now, that invested personal relationship makes it really hard for small businesses. They gotta wrangle with it, all right? They just don't know how to raise prices, when to raise prices. They don't want to upset the consumer base. Conversely, big business doesn't give two shits. They don't give a shit except about anything for profits. So as soon as they can see profits, boom, they are going to raise prices, all right? So in other words, what I'm talking about is intent. You have to ask yourself, why is the business raising prices? Not my first ride at the capitalism rodeo. I get it. I understand capitalism. I get that we live in a capitalist society. I get that being in business is about making profits. If you're not making profits, then what's the point of being in business? And if you don't make profits, you're not going to be around very long to be in business, all right? But if you're raising prices like crazy, if you're raising prices at every turn while showing record profits, while giving the board massive raises, while taking advantage of small businesses and your employees, well, that's a whole different thing. That intention is evil, all right? It's a little disgusting, a little downright awful, but that's the intention, all right? If you're doing all of these other things, the message of, oh, we need to raise prices because we can't survive, doesn't really play out, all right? You're giving people major bonuses on the board, but yet you're raising prices because you claim the cost of goods and I'm sorry, people in the business, the board, the CEO, the CFO, much like small business owners, you need to take the fucking hit. You need to take a pay cut in order to have the business be viable. Small business owners don't have the luxury of paying themselves massive bonuses while raising prices. They're probably paying themselves very little, if anything. They are struggling from paycheck to paycheck, so to speak, in order to make ends meet. So they're not giving themselves any raises. They're not doing themselves any benefit, all right? Now, I get that there are reasons for the prices going up. I totally understand that. Look, I've been around long, I have been around long enough to understand how the world works. I get it that there's a hard time finding containers. I get it that there's problems hiring trucking personnel. I get it that China is shutting down again, and it's been shut down for months, so now there's going to be supply chain issues. All of those problems are out of our control, right? We cannot do a damn thing about them except roll with the punches. So let's focus on what's in our control. Let's focus on the things that we can change, all right? And that's profits over people. I don't want to go into this with emotions because we all can get very emotional about this. This hits us very hard personally, right? If you're a small business owner, you're also a consumer. So you're getting a double hit. You're trying not to raise prices that are being raised for you as a business owner, and you're out shopping and trying to save money where you can, all right? It is a huge issue for us, but I want to stay where the facts will lead us, all right? I want to stay factual and less emotional. Let's center ourselves with some Kolinar, and we will talk about this, all right? Again, I'm going to come back to my focus on big business. It's not a secret that I am not a fan of big business. Now, I want to talk about big business, not China, not containers, not fools at the border trying to make a stand and do some show thing that's going to blow up in our faces and cause prices to soar exponentially, because it's hard for us to relate to those things. I can appreciate the issues and the challenges that these people in these businesses are facing, but I can't relate to it. It says nothing to me about my life, all right? I want to make it personal, all right? So let's talk about a big business and how I can make it personal. And that big business is Tyson, all right? Tyson supplies food, meat, to everybody. Grocery stores, restaurants, you name it. You have purchased Tyson products, all right? Tyson is one of the big players in the meat packing industry. They raised their prices on everything across the board for the first quarter. All right, how did that play out for them? Well, they also increased their profits by almost 50%, 48% in the first fucking quarter. They made almost $1 billion in profits in the first quarter, and yet are raising prices exponentially. All right, that is some expensive chicken thighs and chicken breasts. All right, that's a lot. Now, this affects everybody, all right? Because if you're a grocery store, if you're a small family and you're going to a grocery store to buy chicken or beef or pork or whatever it is, you're seeing these prices raise up. If you are a small business purchasing from a company, okay, there's a middleman probably in between, because you don't go right to Tyson and buy, you go to some place like, a restaurant outlet store. So they're raising the prices to their outlet store, to the warehouse or the wholesaler. Then you're going to the wholesaler who's raised the prices, and now you have to pass those prices along to the consumer. And as a small business, if you're supposed to keep up with the costs of this, are you supposed to raise your prices 48%? I don't think so. I don't think that's how it's gonna work, right? And now we're not just talking about chicken, okay? What about the price of avocados from that stunt on the Texas border? What about the price of lettuce, tomatoes, bread, all of the other things that go into that? So it's not just the chicken that's going up, it is everything that goes into making a chicken sandwich. So now, is the small business supposed to raise their prices to match the price raises of big business? And if it does, who's gonna shop there? You're not gonna shop there. If somebody suddenly raised their prices, tripled or doubled their prices, and I'm not talking about because, they had to raise, wage prices. That's not the case. These Tyson fat cats are living large on yachts like oligarchs, and they're raising the prices because they're working their workers to death. They're building it on the backs of small businesses. It is a lot to face, all right? It is a lot to take on, and it somewhere has to end. Now, the problem with the Tyson fat cats is they're sitting on their yachts enjoying life, or they're sitting in their gated communities unaware of what's going on. You, as a small business owner, you have to face Carol and Chad yelling and screaming at you. You have to face all of the people who are pissed off because prices are going off, they can't get what they want, it doesn't taste like it used to, whatever. But those people, the CEOs, the CFOs, they don't have to see anybody. They stay in their little rich bubble. You're the one that's bearing the brunt of all this. And I gotta ask you, where does it end? How does it end? Is it gonna end in a good way? Well, all of this has been a really long time coming, and that's not anything new. And we'll hear all kinds of excuses why big business is raising their prices. Well, there was COVID relief, there was unemployment, it's hard finding employees, people don't want to work, it's laziness, that. Yada, yada, yada. Well, I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm working harder now than I ever have, and I'm making a lot less, I'm getting a lot less headway, simply because it's feeling like it's stacked against small businesses, all right? They are using any excuse so that they don't have to cut the profits, so they can live the good life, all right? And they are blaming the victims. They are blaming the people that they are hurting for being hurt. It's your fault I had to raise prices. It's your fault that I had to make record-setting profits. It's your fault that I had to get tax cuts. They are taking advantage of a bad situation. And the worst part is, there's murmurs and whispers and murmurs of more tax cut or more tax hikes for the middle class, for small business owners. And that's just not fucking right. That's just fucking wrong. So how did we get here? All right, so let's kind of look at this and figure out how we got here and kind of what we can do to get to, that's not what I was saying. All right, so let's look at this in a little bit different way. I want to kind of turn this around, and this is kind of going out to the consumers out there. This is kind of going out to the shoppers. So if you're one of the consumers that are watching this, please, if you paid attention to nothing else in this video, pay attention to this. First of all, do not get mad at a small business that has to raise prices. They are forced into this situation. They have no other choice. It is a kill or be killed situation. Their choices are raise prices and maybe stay afloat for another month. Don't raise prices or go out of business. The end of the tunnel for a small business right now isn't looking so great, so don't get mad at them. They are trying to survive. They are trying to do the best that they can, much like you are trying to do with your money, with your purchases. You want to get the most that you can without spending a ton of money. Buy more from small businesses, all right? If there is more business coming in the door, then maybe they don't have to raise their prices as much. Maybe they could weather it a little longer. And everyone is constantly giving lip service to small businesses. I'm small business focused. I shop small business. Yeah, you do it one Saturday in November, but how often has your ass shown up at a small business to purchase stuff? Stop saying that you're small business focused. Stop giving lip service to small businesses and actually purchase things. If prices are skyrocketing everywhere and McDonald's prices are through the roof, then why not visit a regular small town local business burger joint to buy your food? If the McDonald's prices are shortened through the roof, they're probably the same price as your local burger joint. What are you going to do if you shop at McDonald's? You're going to get crappy food. You're going to get expensive food. It's going to go to lining the pockets of the CEOs of the company, not the franchise owners, but the CEOs. But if you purchase from a small business, you're going to help them make it through another day. You're going to help build a relationship with them. You're going to show them love and appreciation. You're going to feel love, appreciation, and respect. And you're going to get a better quality of product. So spend money at small businesses. Show them the love and support all year round, not just during one Saturday in November. Share the experience and encourage people to shop at small businesses. Small business owners are your friends. They're your neighbors. Their kids go to school with your kids. They are invested and vital part of our community. So show them some love. Show them some appreciation. They need a voice right now. They need you out there helping them to grow, not even to grow, to survive. And they are overworked, overstressed, and overwhelmed. And they need some fucking help. Be that help. Visit more, purchase more, post about it, talk about it, tell friends, tell family. Any little bit and every little bit helps. So help. Except that you may have to pay for extras, all right? I'm specifically talking about shipping, all right? You have been brainwashed and trained by big business that free shipping is the way to go. And if you don't get your free shipping, you get a little pissed, right? I'm gonna go someplace where I get free shipping. I have seen people, I don't get the logic. Free shipping over $50, their order is $45, $30. They will spend more in order to get the free shipping rather than pay the $10 shipping because you have been trained, you have been brainwashed that shipping should be free. Well, I hate to be the one to break it to you. Nothing is free in this country. Somebody is paying for that. All right. If it's Amazon, it is the vendor that is on Amazon. If it is a small business, it is coming out of their profits. So don't expect shipping for free. Start to pay for shipping. If you want good quality products, if you want to feel like you're respected, appreciated, and understood, shopping small business and paying for the extras is what needs to happen. It's not cheap, and you can't expect a business, particularly a small business with very slim profits, to eat the shipping, the delivery, whatever it is. And one more thing, and there's a whole separate video that I could go off on this. I could go off on this for hours, is stop demanding discounts. Stop asking what's my price. Stop asking how much is this for me, all right? You are not owed anything. You are not owed a student discount. You are not owed a military discount. You are not owed anything. A discount is a thank you to consumers from a business for purchasing. We appreciate your business. We want you to come in again, so we're going to give you a discount. Do not walk into a business for the first time and act like you are owed anything. You are not owed shit, all right? Money is tight. I get it. I totally get it. And everybody wants to save money. Lord knows I do. But I wouldn't go into a small business and demand that they literally give me money out of their pocket so that I can save some money. When you go to a small business and you ask for discount, you ask for freebies, you are literally taking money out of their pocket. Where do you think that discount comes from? Who do you think is covering that discount? The business. And sure, maybe a big business like Walmart or Target or something, they can afford it. But a small mom and pop business, a small solopreneur or entrepreneur or home business, they can't. You need to stop asking for those discounts, all right? And I normally go off on this on a much huger tangent, but I'm gonna keep it a little calm today, all right? So, what happens? Where do we go from here? And as I reminded Chad, we as businesses want to work with people that respect us, that appreciate the situation we are in. They understand the challenges that we face. Those are consumers that are core to our business. They are our ideal consumers, the consumers we want more of. We want to understand that they are appreciative of the struggles we face just as much as they appreciate the struggles we face. It's a reciprocal two-way street, all right? Now, you need to work with more of those consumers. The ones who get you, the ones who understand you, who respect what you offer. But how? And if you all know me, you all know what I'm gonna say at this point, right? I mean, it's the same thing I told Chad. You gotta focus inward, all right? Your current consumers are the reason that you are in business today. You are still here fighting the good fight because of the consumers that you have. Activate them, energize them, get them going to start to be that voice for you, because you can't be everywhere. You can't do everything. You need help. Even Superman needs the Justice League every once in a while. Captain America needs the Avengers. Everybody needs help. So activate that help, motivate that help, get them going. And if you need to know how to do that, come over and join me on Patreon. That's what we do there, where I'm going to teach you the skills that you need to sell and market to your ideal and core consumers, and how to get them to share the experience. All right, I want to thank you for joining me today. This has been the Small Business Show, and we're talking about inflation. If you want to learn those skills, if you really want to hone who you are and what you do as a business, pop on over to Patreon, where you will learn to rediscover the business that you are, how to sell and market it like a pro, and how to get and activate your unpaid sales team to motivate marketing, word of mouth marketing, and networking even better than it probably already is. Feel free to bop on over to ehhoward.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's always open. We never close. There you will find resource library, information about me, information about the new American dream, sell the experience, find your Betty. Everything you need to be the business that you can be, because a better tomorrow can happen today. To learn more about me, visit ehhoward.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We never close. There you will learn more about me, the new American dream, sell the experience, find your Betty. Check out our resource library, get on our mailing list. We're going to start doing workshops and other things. I'd love to have you be part of our community. Also follow me on social media. I'm EH Howard pretty much everywhere. And I think that's it. If not, I will see you in one of our next videos. All right. Have a good day. And again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. And shop a small business. More than one small business. Shop a lot of small business.